like that, you know,
Yeah.
he'll accept it and still move forward. Whether it be at the walk or the jog, you know. And then you can always go back and turn him loose. And you can turn him loose more after you've rode him and he's kind of rode down and he's tired and stuff like that. He doesn't, look around as much, but right now, he sure will. Let me turn this radio down for you. Here we go. Like that. It's amazing if you don't make a big deal out of stuff. It's always intrigued me. Just keep doing it.
Right.
And pretty soon, if they got any kind of mind, they'll and go to the corner. They're going anyway.
Yeah.
They're going
Yeah.
anyway. I mean, you might.
Yeah.
But when you get on with Krista, and you don't have to ride it, down here like this, like he's super green, because he's past that.
Right.
Just kind of your hands about as wide as the front of your saddle.
Okay.
And up above that horn where you have freedom of movement, okay? Don't get yourself too constricted, okay?
Right.
And you'll feel it. He's got a good feel about it because it's not a muscle contest trying to get him to be up in that bridle like this. It's really not. But you'll just kind of feel, okay, we're good, And if you kind of quit riding, he'll just slow right back down. He feels good at the walk and the jog, and I get along with him at the lope, but that's the lope is where you're going to be like, oh, I'm not sure, because he's so quick.
Yeah.
And once you get used to that and use it to your advantage, you'll be like, it's not, it won't worry you.
Yeah.
It won't make you apprehensive.
Right.
But he's at the stage right now where it will, especially in the beginning. That's why I'm going to ride him a little bit. And he doesn't get really tired. I don't think I've ever gotten him tired.
No, he's like a little Energizer bunny.
Energizer bunny. And the thing about him is you have to get him mentally, not wore down, but you got to get him mentally relaxed.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Mentally relaxed. I'll work while he's real fresh here. I'll work on his turn. But he's got to where you can just ease him forward and just that little sweater dog, really bend him around, and you don't have to kick on him hard or anything. And when you put him in that turn, he just doesn't have a tendency to argue with you. You just use a little of that outside range, push on him with that outside leg.
Yeah, he's a lot better to the right this week.
Yeah, he really made a lot of progress. I knew it was coming. We talked about it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, unless you say, whoa, he's going to continue to turn. You just turn him like you want to go, well, I'll go a little slower. Just make sure that he's going forward. And you just barely trap him into that turn and just let him turn slow like this where you can feel every step. And where he's just right on the verge of leaving. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just right on the verge of stepping out of there, stepping out of there, stepping out of there, right there, right there, right there. Place those feet. Then when you release him, you can just release into that walk to the right. We're still turning right, okay? Hadn't said whoa, hadn't said stop.
Right. Back on that circle.
Yeah, especially if you feel like you step into that turn and you start pretty good, but then you kind of lose it a little bit, or you're like, this isn't working. Just release, go into the walk, reposition, and then go right back into the turn. Yeah, use my outside range to initiate that turn, but it doesn't really ever go across the middle of that neck,
Right.
Because that'll make him too heavy and you'll trap him too much. Just be real light. Feel those feet. Use that outside leg for impulsion. Use that outside leg. If you say whoa, he'll stop. But if you get dizzy, like you turn him once or twice and you're like, I'm not used to this, take him out into that bigger circle.
Okay.
Slow. And that'll alleviate that dizziness, But see, he's just a lot more once I just kept after him, especially at that jog, I really made the most progress at the jog. Pulling,
Yeah.
overdoing him a little bit at that jog.
Yeah.
Because then when I go into that shit, he's not arguing with me.
Yeah.
He's just going, okay.
Yeah, he's a lot more relaxed.
Oh, yeah. Raise that neck up. Look at those horses out.
Oh yeah, there's stuff going on out there.
Thanks, come from. I was up there yesterday. Oh, those brood mares across the fence, those old horses in those other pens across the driveway. They took off running for some reason. I don't even know why. We were looking around real nice, and all of a sudden, boy, that thing shot up in the air. I'm like, you little dork.
He's such a squirrel.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It took about half a circle of, working with him pretty heavy, and then he just went right back to work.
Right.
The other thing you can play with is blocking him with that inside rein, because you're going to need to do that on those lead departures, and just block him with that inside rein just enough where it slows that front end down, and you can kind of side pass him like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still going forward. It's not like a trail horse side pass. It's kind of more of a forward two-track kind of a deal. But he's got to where you can handle his belly, and then when you let go of it, he's not all jacked up.
Yeah, I mean, he's 100 times more broke now than when I brought him.
He told me how he was, and I just took hold of him and said, come here, and went on with him that round pin and pulled on his face and kind of he accepted that and learned, that it's not the end of the world, but yes, I'm serious. He came right around. I mean, that's why I don't mind riding him, even though he's 8 years old, and all that. I just ride him like a horse you're bringing along. I just don't even take that into consideration.
Yeah.
But you can play with that turn. Yeah, I'm almost in that spin, but the reason for this is so I can drive him into that bridle, into that bridle, into that bridle, compress his body. He's all compressed, but he's really moving forward, see? And when I ask him for that turn, you're just driving him off that neck rein just a little bit, see? Just driving him off that neck rein. Just a little bit. Coordinate your hand in your leg, hand in your leg, hand in your leg. Come on. Hand in your leg. There you go. There you go. And then when you let go of him, see, he releases into that little circle.
Yeah.
And see, the left is still working.
Yeah.
The main thing is when you're fixing one side or they're out of balance is that you don't lose your good side.
Right. That's the eternal quest.
Pardon?
I said that's the eternal quest. Don't lose the good side when you're working on the bad side.
It is. I don't, especially at this stage, I don't flop them back and forth much. I spend a lot of time on the one
Just
side.
on the one.
And like if you were at home riding and you're going to the left, turning to the left, play with this turn, mess with him, and then lope into the left. And then maybe do some straight lines in the left lead. Only left.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, yeah, this is working pretty good. Stop in, rest a minute, back him up, whatever. Then go to the right.